Welcome back, everyone. Last time we took down Gundyr and started our journey. Now we're gonna continue on to the shrine. And by shrine, I mean Firelink Shrine. Got a broken straight sword. There's the open menu prompt. Alright. This is just like last time. Just kill this. Walk over here to grab Homeward Bone. And we just knocked that guy off the cliff. Over here is something you can kick off the cliff. There we go. Two hollows there. And going up here we see, well, initially just looking where you see those two, you only see one of the hollows, this one. But there's two here. Let's kill them. Alright. They're both dead. And then we're gonna go off the beaten path. You see right over here is an item, but look behind us and two more enemies. Slash, stab, pillage the corpse. Let's grab this ember. And Homeward Bone. Now, well, I was talking about embering or being embered before. Not only does the ember item boost your hit points until death, aka give you the 30% hit point boost, what we have now, it also allows you to see the summoning signs of other unkindled. Basically what our character is. And if you're able to see the summoning signs of those unkilled, you're able to summon them to your world to help you. Or to fight against them in PvP fight clubs. Duels. But there is a price for being able to ember. You can be invaded by other players. That's the downside. Now there are ways around this. I was gonna try launching that dog off the cliff, but that works. Now, about what I said about Heavy Soul Arrow and later on the Great Heavy Soul Arrow variant, let's put this into practice. Again. Because we're gonna get a nice chunk of souls off this guy. About 2,000 souls for killing him. And a good weapon. Okay, still alive. Oh, 9 more. And we get the Uchigatana Master's Entire Master's Gloves. For those who remember the Uchigatana from Dark Souls 1 and 2, yep, it's more like its Dark Souls 1 counterpart in terms of being able to bleed opponents. I could explain bleed or try to, but it's much more of a practice it yourself sort of thing. Anyways, let's enter Firelink. Be wary of safe zone. Alright. Several NPCs we can talk to. This is Hawkwood, a deserter. He's also connected sort of to one of the bosses of the game. In that throne over there is a guy called Ludleth. He's a Lord of Cinder. Altogether we had to bring 5 Lords of Cinder together. But 4 of them are missing, so basically 4 boss fights are against Lords of Cinder. And here's the Firekeeper. She is where we level up at.
Welcome to the bonfire, unkindled one. I am a firekeeper. I tend to the flame, and tend to thee. The lords have left their thrones and must be delivered to them. To this end, I am at thy side.
There we go.
Very well. Then touch the darkness within me. Take nourishment from these sovereignless souls.
And we're gonna put some points into strength. The reason why we have it at 11 is for a shield. And put the rest into vigor.
Farewell, Ashen One. May the flames guide thee.
I guess I should talk about the stats briefly. Vigor connects to the hit point bar. Actually, let's do this again.
To Lothric. Very well, then take...
Okay, I fast forwarded for the line of text, but basically it's put the coiled sword in the center to travel to Lothric where the Lords of Cinder are. Now, Vigor basically pop a point into this. Vigor's your health stat. Governs a hit point bar plus resistance to frost as well as your defenses. Attunement governs your mana bar plus other resistances. And the attunement slots. Endurance governs stamina. And again other resistances. Vitality governs your equip mode. And poison resistance in particular. Strength. Attribute required to wield heavy and powerful weapons. Boost fire resistance. Dex. Useful for weapons like the Uchigatana. Also improves spellcasting time. Well, reduces spellcasting time, improves attack strength, and reduces falling damage. Intelligence. For our sorceries, and as well for pyromancies. Also calculates magic defense. This is for miracles and pyromancies. Dark defense is calculated from it. I believe this also affects lightning defense. No, actually just about every attribute affects defense. Pyromancy is affected by both intelligence and faith, so if you want to start as a pyromancer, I'd say at least 30 in intelligence and 30 in faith. If that's the case, choose pyromancer class. Luck governs iron discovery, ups bleeding and poison capabilities, and also covers resistance to curses. Ability to withstand attacks while breaking form. Works a bit different than the other games. Check Extra Life Wiki for how poison works. Item discovery. Likelihood of finding items on the corpses of defeated foes.
Farewell, Ashen. May the...
Now let's first talk to Hawkwood.
Ah, another one roused from the sleep of death. Well, you're not alone. We unkindled are worthless. Can't even die right. Gives me conniptions. And they'd have us seek the Lords of Cinder and return them to their moulding thrones. But we're talking true legends with the metal to link the fire. We're not fit to lick their boots.
And he gives us a collapse gesture.
Don't you think?
Alright, so basically unkindled our failed Lords of Cinder. We tried licking the fire only to burst into ashes, then to be brought back. To drag the Lords of Cinder, those who actually succeeded at licking the fire and not bursting into ashes, to their thrones to lick the fire again. And here's Yorm's throne. The Abyss Watcher's throne. aka the Legion of Artorias fanboys. Holy King Lothric's throne. Bloodlove the Exiled. And St. Aldrich of the Deep, the sentient pile of sludge. Let's say hi to Ludlove.
O thou unkindled, and a seeker of lords. I am Ludlove of Corland. Look not in bewilderment as I say. I linked the fire long ago, becoming the Lord of Cinder. If substantiation be thy want, set thine eyes upon my charred course. This sad cadaver. No need to be coy. Have a closer look.
Alright, let's talk to him once more.
Knowest thou of our purpose? 5 thrones will take 5 lords as kindling for the linking of the fire. The fast-fading flame must be licked to preserve this world. A reenactment of the first linking of the fire. So it is, I became a lord of Cinder. I may be but small, but I will die a colossus. Now.
So basically, like I said before, 5 lords of Cinder to make the first flame. And, well, we're gonna have to track them back because they set themselves on fire once. They're probably not gonna want to do it again. Understatement of the year. Now let's go up here. There's some items we're gonna get. This is a giant tree. That drops the seed of a tree of giants. Basically, it's an item used in PvP. Got our soul of the certain corpse. Now, seed of a tree of giants. Use it, and the enemies will attack the invader. This is useful for when you're being invaded. Okay, let me try explaining it again. Seed of tree giants. You use it when you're being invaded. This causes the enemies to attack the invader. Where ordinarily they wouldn't attack them because the invader is a phantom and they're not of the world, so the enemies will go after anything that isn't of the world. So it's useful for getting rid of your enemy's shields. We're just gonna pop these souls. It's a lot of wind. Anyways, I'm gonna try jumping off the tree and getting onto that ledge. Although we failed. Here, well, we need the key to open this, but that key costs 20,000 souls, so we're not gonna have it right now. We will later. Let's try this again. Okay, it's mostly angle that you have to worry about. And distance. Okay, I'm screwing this up. Wow. I usually get lucky. Shit. There we go. Anyways, we got Homer Bone. 3 of them. Now, this nest is where the train crows are. Their names are Pickle Pea and Pupperum. Yeah, that's the name of the trading crows. Honestly, I like Dino and Tilo better for Dark Souls 2 crows. Now let's trade Firebomb. And it gives you large Titanite Shard exchange. I'll link in the description how trading works in Dark Souls 3. You have Homer Bone. Now, you get to call over Jester for trading any item that causes the crow to say Pickle Pea. Plus, you get the corresponding item for what you put into the nest. In this case, we got Iron Bracelets. And we got an Estus Shard. The Estus Shard you give to the blacksmith to boost your Estus capacity. First illusory wall, and, well, technically our first treasure chest. If we know about the whole jump off the tree and land on the ledge. So, you know, this is our first treasure chest. Come a Serpent Ring. Silver Serpent Ring gives us a bit more souls from defeated foes. Specifically, this one gives us like 10% more. That's the Shrine Handmaid. She's a merchant. Let's talk to her later. Now let's talk to Andre.
Well, a newcomer, I see. I am Andre. I serve at this shrine as a humble smith, forging weapons. You're in search of the Lords of Cinder, I trust. A toilsome journey, I'd wager. You'll require good arms. Let me smith you weapons. I am a smith, such is my purpose.
Alright, so we're gonna reinforce our flask. Now, as for using our weapon, there's only 3 options available at the beginning. We have to give Andre coals, which unlock more infusion options. Refined, this is useful for like quality builds. Raw and fire are more useful for when you want to put points into your survivability stats. And by survivability, I mean like vigor, endurance, and vitality. And you want to put points into those early on. Because it means you don't have to really touch your weapon, the strength and dex stats for your weapon until later on when you want a better weapon. Basically, if you just reach the minimum requirements for your weapon, and you want to focus on putting more points into vigor, endurance, and vitality, vitality could be optional, more or less. Basically go for raw or fire infusion. Fire is also very powerful against a lot of enemies. So, okay, we reinforced our flask. Now, a lot basically choose how many use. We can basically say regular Estus has this many usages and Ashen Estus has this many. If you're a pure physical build, go for all-in regular Estus. Now, if you're a mage build, that I'd recommend putting points into Faith to use miracles for. Then you can put all your points into Ashen. Plus, if you're a real good dodger, as well as being a more pure mage, put all your flasks into Ashen. But it's mostly a personal thing.
Perfect, I know.
Now, continue on, and let's talk to the handmaid.
A pleasure to make thine acquaintance, Ashen One. I am but a humble handmaid of the shrine. Weapons, armor, trinkets, and spells. I've lots of little things to ease the burden of a weary traveler. And yes, I'm undead too, but not so charitable as to give my goods away. Ashen One, fetch souls and bring them to me. As is thy wont, no?
Alright, so let's buy White Side Substone from her. This allows us to be summoned by other people to help them in other worlds. And we'll buy a torch. Pretty self-explanatory aside from lighting areas, it's useful for other situations. We'll see that later on. And there's the key I was talking about. The key to the tower behind the shrine. Now, talk to her again and she'll tell us how we can get more items for her. Well, how we can... Shit, I'm trying to figure this out. She'll basically tell us how she'll be able to sell more items to us later on.
Ashen One, if my wares are not to thy satisfaction, bring me umbral ash. With ash, I'll fashion new wares. Is it not our sorry fate to sup on death? Ashen One.
Alright, let's talk to the Firekeeper again.
Ashen One, produce the coiled sword at the bonfire. The mark of ash will guide thee to the land of the lords, to Lothric, where the homes of the lords converge. Very well, then take...
So, like I said before, that's what we skipped over. We can deal with our default stamina level right now.
Farewell, Ash Maiden.
Maid of Flames guide thee and embed the sword. flame is lit. Now we're healed. And there's our next destination, High Wall of Lothric. Okay, there's no explanation, like brief biography or something. There it was. With that all out of the way, I guess I'll see you all next time.